Did you know that a single seemingly harmless habit can cause your blood pressure to spike, bringing you closer to the risk of stroke or heart attack? If you're over 60, listen closely because high blood pressure is not something you can afford to take lightly. It's called the silent killer for a reason. It doesn't cause pain, it shows no obvious symptoms, yet it can quietly destroy your heart, brain, and entire circulatory system without you even realizing it. What's even more frightening is that many older adults, despite their efforts to stay healthy, still unknowingly make mistakes that worsen their blood pressure over time. Today, I'm going to share with you 7 serious mistakes people over 60 often make when managing their blood pressure, and more importantly, how to fix them in simple, doable ways. If you ignore this information, your risk of dangerous complications like heart failure, kidney damage, or stroke could rise significantly. But don't worry, I'm here to help you understand the issue and start your journey toward protecting your heart health with ease and confidence. Keep watching because just one small change in your daily habits could help you keep your heart strong and enjoy a more active, energized life. And if you find this information helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more health tips designed just for your golden years. Blood pressure isn't just a number on a monitor. It reflects how your body is functioning, from what you eat and how you move, to how you handle stress. Many people over 60 think they're doing everything right. They take their prescribed medications, go for regular checkups, and try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. But hidden in everyday routines are small mistakes, seemingly harmless ones, that quietly put pressure on the heart and circulatory system. These mistakes can reduce the effectiveness of your medication or, worse, push you closer to serious health problems. So, where do we start? Let's begin with the first mistake, a mistake many people make without even realizing it. Mistake number 1, skipping medication or taking it incorrectly. If your doctor has prescribed blood pressure medication, it's a powerful tool to protect your heart and keep your blood pressure stable. But did you know that missing just one dose or taking it at the wrong time can cause your blood pressure to spike suddenly, putting unnecessary strain on your heart? This is one of the most common mistakes people over 60 make. Some forget to take their pills because they're busy. Others feel healthy and think they don't need the medication anymore. And some worry about side effects or try to save money by splitting their pills. Whatever the reason, these decisions can lead to serious consequences. Imagine it this way. Your blood pressure is like a river. Blood pressure medication is the dam that keeps the water flowing smoothly, preventing flooding. If you skip your medication, that dam breaks and pressure builds up in your blood vessels, damaging your heart, brain, and kidneys. One study showed that people who don't take their blood pressure meds regularly have a 40% higher risk of stroke compared to those who stick to their prescriptions. What's even more alarming is that you might not feel anything unusual until a major health crisis happens. So, how can you avoid this mistake? It's simple. Turn taking your medication into a set habit. You can set an alarm on your phone, use a daily pill organizer, or link it to a familiar activity like eating breakfast. If you ever forget a dose, don't double up. Call your doctor for guidance. If you're worried about side effects, talk openly with your doctor. There are many different medications available, and your doctor can adjust your treatment to suit your needs. Most importantly, never stop taking your medication just because your blood pressure looks normal. That's usually a sign the medicine is working, not a reason to stop. Here's a real-life story. Mrs. Linda, 68 years old, once stopped taking her blood pressure meds because she thought she was fine. Just a few weeks later, she ended up in the hospital with a sudden spike in blood pressure that caused dizziness and nearly led to a stroke. After her doctor explained the risks, she started using a pill organizer and set daily reminders. The result? Her blood pressure stabilized, and she felt more energized than ever. Would you like to be like Mrs. Linda, reclaiming your health with just one small change? Start today. One pill at a time, one day at a time. You're protecting your heart. Mistake number 2, hidden salt in your diet. You might think you're being careful with salt. Maybe you don't sprinkle it on your food, but did you know that salt doesn't just come from the shaker on your table? Most of the salt you consume is actually hidden in foods that seem harmless. Canned soups, deli meats, bread, even low-fat salad dressings or healthy crackers. This is the second mistake many people over 60 don't realize they're making, and it can silently drive your blood pressure higher. Salt causes your body to retain water, which increases the volume of blood in your vessels and puts more pressure on artery walls. Over time, this added pressure tires out your heart and raises your risk of heart attack, stroke, or kidney failure. A single slice of seemingly healthy bread can contain up to 200 mg of sodium, and one bowl of canned soup can account for more than half of your recommended daily salt intake. For older adults, this is an even bigger concern because our kidneys don't filter out sodium as efficiently as they once did. Just a bit of extra salt can send your blood pressure soaring. So, how do you avoid this mistake? First, become a food detective. Read the nutrition labels carefully. Look for products labeled low sodium or no added salt, and aim for items with less than 150 milliliters of sodium per serving. If you're buying canned beans or vegetables, rinse them thoroughly to wash off excess salt. Instead of relying on processed foods, try cooking at home using herbs and spices like garlic, pepper, lemon, or vinegar to add flavor. You'll be surprised how delicious these dishes can be and how much better they are for your heart. Here's a quick tip from Mary, a friend of mine. She uses lemon juice and a bit of black pepper instead of salt when roasting chicken. Not only does the dish taste amazing, but her blood pressure has become much more stable. If you're used to salty foods, don't worry. Your taste buds will adapt in a few weeks. At first, low-salt meals might seem bland, but over time, you'll start to appreciate the natural flavors of real food, and salty dishes may start to taste too harsh. Continuing our journey to protect your heart after the age of 60, we've seen how small mistakes, like forgetting to take your medication or unknowingly consuming hidden salt, can lead to serious consequences. But what's even more concerning is that there are daily habits you might not even realize are silently pushing your blood pressure higher. Let's explore mistake number 3 together, a habit most of us are guilty of but tend to overlook, and it could be costing you the chance to live a healthy, active life, all because of one simple missed action. Mistake number 3, not checking your blood pressure regularly. If you think that visiting the doctor once a year is enough to keep your blood pressure in check, you're putting your heart at serious risk. Blood pressure isn't something you can feel. You might feel healthy and full of energy, but inside, your blood pressure could be rising without any obvious symptoms. This is the third mistake that many people over 60 make, not checking their blood pressure regularly at home. And this is like driving without looking at your speedometer. You won't know you're going too fast until it's too late. Your blood pressure fluctuates throughout the day, influenced by everything from stress and sleep to what you eat and how much you move. A single reading at your doctor's office can't give you the full picture. Sometimes, the result at the clinic might even be misleading because you're anxious during the visit, or the opposite, your blood pressure might be unusually low because you feel relaxed that day. One study found that people who regularly check their blood pressure at home can detect problems early and reduce their risk of cardiovascular complications by 20%, compared to those who rely only on occasional checkups. So, how can you fix this mistake? It's very simple. Make blood pressure monitoring an essential part of your daily routine. You don't need an expensive device or a medical degree. Today's home blood pressure monitors are easy to use, with large screens and built-in memory. Choose a consistent time, such as in the morning after waking up or in the evening before bed. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Place your arm on a table, keep your feet flat on the floor, and don't talk while measuring. Record the result in a notebook or an app on your phone, and take it with you to your doctor appointments. These numbers will help your doctor better understand your condition, adjust your medications if needed, or catch early warning signs. I once heard the story of Mr. Henry, 72, who only measured his blood pressure during doctor visits. One day he felt slightly dizzy but assumed it was just fatigue. Luckily, his daughter had bought a home blood pressure monitor and persuaded him to try it. The result? His blood pressure was dangerously high, and the doctor was able to adjust his medication in time, helping him avoid a stroke. One small action, checking blood pressure at home, changed his life. Would you like to do the same for yourself? Start today because every reading is a chance to truly listen to your body. Mistake number 4, letting stress go. Unmanaged. We often think of blood pressure as being related only to diet or exercise. But Would you be surprised to know that stress can be one of the biggest enemies of your heart? For people over 60, allowing stress to build up without managing it is the fourth major mistake, and it can silently drive your blood pressure higher every single day. Stress isn't just about feeling anxious or worried. Sometimes it shows up as a stiff neck, chest tightness, poor sleep, or simply feeling overwhelmed by life. When you're stressed, your body activates the fight or flight response, releasing hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which constrict your blood vessels and increase your heart rate. This causes a temporary rise in blood pressure. But if stress continues day after day, your body remains in a constant state of alert, damaging blood vessels and overworking your heart. One study found that chronic stress can increase the risk of high blood pressure by up to 30% in older adults. Even more concerning, many of us, especially those who grew up with the mindset of just tough it out, tend to ignore stress, thinking it's not important. So, how can we change that? You don't need expensive therapy sessions or a complete lifestyle overhaul. Start with small things. Taking a few deep breaths each day can slow your heart rate and relax your blood vessels. A gentle walk in the park, a bit of simple yoga, or just sitting quietly with calming music can all help relieve stress. One tip from Mrs. Helen, a neighbor of mine: every evening she brews a cup of chamomile tea and writes down 3 things she's grateful for that day. It not only helps her sleep better, but also keeps her blood pressure more stable. Try setting aside just 10 minutes a day to take care of your mind. It could be a walk, a chat with a friend, or simply sitting still and enjoying the fresh air. These small moments not only help you relax, but also protect your heart from the invisible pressure of stress. And be patient with yourself. Changing habits takes time, but every small step is a gift to your health. Stay tuned, because the next mistake involves something many people believe is good for their health, but if done the wrong way, it can surprisingly send your blood pressure soaring. We've now covered 4 major mistakes that many people over 60 unknowingly make when managing their blood pressure. Forgetting medication, consuming hidden salt, not checking blood pressure regularly, and letting stress build up. These habits may seem small, but they can silently harm your heart. Now, let's explore the final 3 mistakes, things you might be doing wrong without even realizing it. And more importantly, I'll show you how to fix them so you can keep your heart healthy, stay active, and enjoy your golden years to the fullest. Especially mistake number 7. It might surprise you because it involves someone you trust the most on your health journey. Keep watching so you don't miss it. Mistake number 5. Skipping physical activity. Have you ever thought that sitting too long could raise your blood pressure? For people over 60, lack of movement is the 5th mistake, and it's more dangerous than you think. Many believe that rest is best for their health, especially when aging brings fatigue or worries about joint pain and falling. But in reality, the less you move, the harder your heart has to work, raising your blood pressure and weakening your body. Physical activity strengthens your heart. A healthy heart pumps blood more easily, reducing pressure on your arteries and helping to keep your blood pressure stable. It also boosts circulation, reduces inflammation, and helps with weight control, all key to heart health. One study found that just 30 minutes of light walking a day can lower the risk of high blood pressure by 15% in older adults. But when you sit too long, watching TV, reading for hours, your blood flow slows, your arteries stiffen, and your blood pressure rises. Don't worry if you think exercise is too much for you. You don't have to run marathons or go to the gym. Gentle, regular activity is all you need. Walking around the park, doing a few chair exercises, or even standing up every 30 minutes to move around the house can make a big difference. One tip from my friend John: every morning, he stands in place and does some shoulder rolls and leg bends while watching the news. Just 5 minutes, and he feels more flexible, and his blood pressure has improved significantly. Find activities you enjoy. It could be gardening, slow dancing to music, or joining a light fitness class at a community center. What matters is consistency, because every step you take is a message to your heart that you're alive and strong. If you're concerned about joint pain or falling, talk to your doctor or a physical therapist to find safe exercises. Movement isn't just medicine for your blood pressure. It's your path to staying independent and confident in life. Mistake number 6. Overconsumption of coffee or alcohol. A morning cup of coffee or an evening glass of wine can be a small daily pleasure, But for those over 60, overusing coffee or alcohol is the sixth mistake, and it can quietly raise your blood pressure or even reduce the effectiveness of your medication. Both coffee and alcohol can affect your circulatory system, but at this age, your body is more sensitive to them. Coffee contains caffeine, a stimulant that constricts blood vessels and increases heart rate, causing a temporary spike in blood pressure. For some people, this isn't a big concern, but for those who already have high blood pressure, even 1 cup of coffee can push levels into the danger zone. Interestingly, everyone reacts to caffeine differently. Some can drink coffee their whole lives without issues, while others feel their heart race or get a headache from just a small cup. Alcohol is even more complex. A small glass might help you relax, but drinking more than 1 glass a day can raise blood pressure, cause dehydration, disrupt your sleep, and interfere with blood pressure medications. So, how do you avoid this mistake? Pay close attention to how your body responds. If you drink coffee, try measuring your blood pressure before and 30 minutes after to see how it affects you. If you notice a spike or feel jittery, try switching to decaf or herbal teas like peppermint or chamomile. As for alcohol, limit yourself to 1 drink per day at most, and avoid drinking at the same time you take blood pressure medication, as it can cause dizziness or impact your liver. One helpful tip from my friend Emma: she makes a warm lemon water with a little honey instead of having wine in the evening. It's tasty, helps her sleep better, and doesn't raise her blood pressure. Mistake number 7: not communicating regularly with your doctor. Now we come to the final mistake, and it's one of the most important: not staying in regular contact with your doctor. Many people over 60 only see their doctor when something serious happens, or they simply pick up a prescription without fully discussing their condition. This is the 7th mistake, and it can cause you to miss early signs of trouble or delay important adjustments to your care plan. Blood pressure isn't something you can set and forget. It changes over time, influenced by everything from stress and diet to other medications you may be taking. If you don't share symptoms like dizziness, fatigue, or side effects from medication with your doctor, they won't have enough information to help you. I once heard a story about Susan, 65, who felt dizzy after taking her blood pressure medication, but was afraid to tell her doctor, worried about being a bother. Eventually, she stopped taking the medication on her own, and her blood pressure spiked, landing her in the hospital. A simple conversation with her doctor could have led to a better suited medication. Think of your doctor as a health partner. Keep a log of your blood pressure readings at home and bring it to every appointment. Share any changes in how you feel, even small ones, like trouble sleeping, increased stress, or ongoing fatigue. If it's difficult for you to visit the clinic, ask about virtual consultations. One study found that people who communicate regularly with their doctor can reduce their risk of blood pressure-related complications by 25%, thanks to timely medication adjustments. As you've seen, these 7 mistakes, from forgetting medication, eating hidden salt, not checking blood pressure, letting stress build up, lack of physical activity, overusing coffee or alcohol, to not communicating with your doctor, are all things you can avoid. Managing blood pressure doesn't have to be complicated or scary. It simply requires paying closer attention to your body and making small, consistent changes. Start with something simple. Check your blood pressure today, or swap a salty dish for something fresh and delicious. Every small step is a gift you give to your heart and your future. If you found these tips helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your loved ones so you can all live healthier lives together. Don't forget to watch our next video about the foods you should avoid if you want to protect your heart. You might be surprised by what's on that list. Thank you for watching, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.